Welcome back to the Ruck Shop's YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be showing you how to install our TRS 12x4 Drum Hub adapter. This allows you to run drum brakes still on a 12x4 wheel. Before we get any further, I will suggest that this is for the 49cc's. Typically when you go to the 150s, you're going to want that stopping power that you get with the disc brake setup. In this kit you will receive a spacer. You're going to receive the axle sheath, which is going to go over your factory axle. You're going to get a shim, which will go in between the fork and the hub adapter, and this is going to work for both NCY drum forks, so the specific ones for the NCY drum, as well as the factory OEM forks. You're going to receive the drum hub, which your wheel is going to bolt into. And then you're going to receive the brake adapter, which will slide through just like so, and then line up with the factory forks or the NCY drum forks. And lastly, you're going to receive this cable. Now this cable will only work if you have clip-on style bars or lowered style drag bars. This will not work with any type of a raised bar like factory OEM bars or with bars such as Pro Taper. Next we will be installing this on a Honda RUCKUS and show you the process. Okay, here we have our DWT 12x4 wheel. This has the 2+2 offset. We have mounted the hub in, so we supplied ourselves with our own M8 bolts. You can do that at your local Ace Hardware or Lowe's. They're going to be M8 by 1.25, and then you just get the length that you require. So with that, you can see on the valve stem is facing out, so that's going to be facing the right side of the bike when you're sitting down on it. That hub will slide through and then the Allen bolts will bolt in. On the back side, it should look just like this. And you can see the bolts are sitting flush with the hub. So the next step is he's going to line it up. Now this is a beat up damaged wheel that we have, so don't worry if you see it on the metal. This is just a junk wheel. He's going to take the drum adapter and slide it in place. Then you're going to take the axle sheath and run that through. We definitely recommend putting some type of a grease or a lubricant on it. It'll make it a little bit easier when you slide it through the hub. Next you're going to take the spacer that's included with the kit, and you're actually going to put it on the opposite side. So as you can see here, we're back on the right side. You're going to slide that in, then you'll lift it up, run the factory axle back through. Now you can see the little shim that we've included. That is actually going to go down into the groove there and against the flat part of the fork. You can see how it makes the line like so. And drop it right down and set it in place. Let me get a better view of that. There you go. So you can see it kind of clamps the fork between the hub. If the axle doesn't go all the way through, you can just use a rubber mallet and just give it a couple taps and make sure the axle goes all the way through. Then you're going to tighten back up your axle nut. Now remember, you don't want it so tight that it's over tightened and then the wheel cannot spin freely. So you're going to want to make sure that you have it just right. Once you have the axle on tight, you can go ahead and get that off. You can give it a spin, and you can see that it was spinning freely. You may hear a little bit of rubbing in the pads, but that will fade away. The next thing you're going to do is take your cable, run it behind the fork so it's no longer going to go in that bracket, because this now operates through the back half instead of the front, so it doesn't loop around and give you all that slack up front like it used to. You're going to run it through the guide right there, Then you would put the spring on, and then you're going to retain your factory cable barrel. So that little barrel that the cable slides through, you can keep the OEM one. Put the cable through the little guide hole there, and then slide the nut over that and tighten it up. So as you can see, the cable is now in the guide, the spring is on, it's running through the barrel and tightened up at the bottom. So that's how it looks installed on the factory OEM forks. As you can see, it is centered. The next thing we're going to show you it on is the aftermarket NCY drum forks, which are specific for drum brakes. Okay, so here are the NCY drum forks. You can see on this side you have the drum tab, so it's specific for the drum. The install is the exact same. The only thing is different is that little shim right there is going to go in a different position on the hub when it slides into the fork. Everything else will be exactly as before with the factory RUCKUS forks. So we'll go on the other side, let Felix finish putting this through. So now we have that installed. Felix is going to go ahead and slide the shim in. It's going to go into position how he's holding it right now. So see how it's making like an L? That's how he's going to drop that into the hub. And it's going to go on the inside. So once he drops that in, I'll come around with the camera and show you a better view. So you can see right there the L from the shim. It's going to go on the inside here, and that's going to keep this from pivoting forward and backwards. It's nice and tight. That's the position you're going to run it when you're running the NCY forks on this setup. Again, the rest of the installation is going to be the same as before. Run the cable through, use the spring, use your factory cable barrel, tighten that up, and then you are good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.